So everybody, I had a little mishap with my car and that happened. And this is a pretty normal thing for the Teslas, especially when people put them in their garage and they don't realize how high the trunk can actually go up, and you can adjust the level by hitting the button. That's not what this video is about. The video is about when this happens to you, what can you do? It's a pretty normal occurrence. Do you tell your insurance company, or do you just fix it yourself? Well, I'm not a body guy and I can't do those kinds of things very easily. And this is a nice little dent in here, so what am I gonna do? There's a nice little upgrade that you can get for all of 50 bucks. And what that is a spoiler. So this video is what the spoiler is, how does it look after we're done, how easy it is to get it on, and is it worth it to put it on to protect that very sensitive area of your Tesla to begin with. And from as I've been told, this is pretty silly, stupid thing, which ironically already has a little bit of chipping on this. Again, it's a $50 thing. It's nothing too expensive. You can spend a lot more money on it. And apparently it's super easy to put together. So let's see how that goes. Doesn't look like very much. And it already broke. So we're gonna have to do this video another day because holy crap, the thing broke in about 2 seconds and is already not worth it. And I guess that concludes this video for today. So it seems like it would have been really easy to put on. Yep. What shitty quality this first one that I got. So I'm gonna have to continue this video another day. You could already see on this version, I will make sure that I do not link this one because obviously it's pretty damn crappy. And they already had the sticky parts off of it, and this is stuck onto it. This is wow, look at that. The tape, really bad. So don't spend $50. We're gonna go get the better one. All right, well, let's try this again. I got a different version, a little bit more expensive. Sometimes cheap isn't always the way to go, especially with this. I might as well try it out. This is about, I think it was $90 and maybe a $10 coupon. The other one was only $50. And we're gonna see if we can make sure that this thing is no longer visible. And that's what the spoiler is gonna do, because if you have an accident, this is a very sensitive area. People hit it on the top of their garage. I don't have a garage, I got a carport. And they end up hitting this all the time because it goes up really high. You have kids, you might rent your car out on Turo like I did, and then things happen. And you might not want to go through insurance and spend all that time and just take the check and if this works. So let's try it. Hopefully this one doesn't break on opening. Oh, already. This is so much nicer. You can see that it's actually not just, well, I'm dropping things, but it's actually covered in foam, this version of it. Again, I'll put this one in the link. I will put the other one as a link as well to know to avoid it for obvious reasons since it broke so easily. Look at this, this is already nice. It's really decently stiff. Let's get this part off. I want to be a little bit gentle. These things aren't perfect, obviously, and they're definitely, all right. And you can even see immediately compared to the other one, look at the nice lines that are created here. Nothing is offset. They actually took some care on this version. I'm really enjoying it. I got the ones with the nice little sparkles that match the car actually. So I'm already a lot happier with this one than I was with the original one. So I'm using alcohol right here because you put a lot of extra shiny residue filled things on your car and we want to make sure we get them off. So that way we get a nice, good stick. Not that I know that specifically, but friends that do this kind of stuff told me, hey, make sure you do that. So I'm not gonna pretend to be anything more than a layman when it comes to this kind of idea. So there you go. All right, let's see what this is gonna look like. All right, I'll tell you what, it doesn't look too bad. I'm actually enjoying this. Now it'd be nice if you could find the quote-unquote center without having to really look for it, but I'm kind of excited about this. Let's see, using the tail lights as a indicator. All right, it looks about right there. Oh, good. All right, let's peel off this tape. Actually, And it's really cool. They gave me a whole nother string of two-sided tape, which is really handy to have to begin with. I didn't see any instructions come out of here, so oh well. Also, you can tell I'm having a hell of a week. This is why I'm also in pajama pants, because I just don't care anymore with the way what happened to my foot. My toes are all broken up. Trying to heal those. These two-sided tape. It's a little, there we go. Nice and clean. Don't want to have to go find that later. Just like everything else around here. Might be rewinding or fast forwarding through this part of the video. Nice. I kind of buff up this area first before I do this. So I think I'm gonna do that first, actually. I'll be back. I've had this stuff for a really long time. My friend is a body mechanic and he told me to get this. And I'll tell you what, I've had this bottle for a really long time, and it's some superficial scratches that are just on that top coat. Works out really well. And again, how about we let you see this again? I want you to see what we're working with here and what actually happened over here. You can see that right there. All right, so here where we're at. All right, little dab will do you. That's actually too much, but oh well. Oh, nice. It's just taking off the paint that rubbed off onto the car immediately, and it's cleaning up what shouldn't be there. Another part of me actually wants to paint this because there is a little bit of a nick, but I guess I could always take off this. It's just gonna be a sticker. There you go, a little elbow grease. Basically what this is doing, it's warming up the paint from what my friend told me, and it makes it melt back together. You guys tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. Or maybe that was what I understood with what he was trying to tell me, who knows. I think that's the best it's gonna be able to do. All right. Now usually after this, he always tells me you should wax the car. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I think, gotta do the circles. Oh yeah, it looks a lot better. Before it was just a big scratch. I think this is what they use to like buff the car. All those little swirly scratches out of it. And obviously you're using a mechanical device that really helps this process. All right, let's clean her up again. Some alcohol, again, get all that residue off. This is by far what I've seen to be the best process on doing that. Or I'm gonna get ripped apart in comments, telling me how much of an idiot I am. Either way, it's all good. All right, let's get the rest of this tape off. I'm actually really impressed with what they did. I mean, maybe I'm only impressed because the last one sucks so damn bad. Tape was all over the place. And it didn't even have this nice foam fitting that this came with. It was just looking to get broken. Some products, man. Now don't get me wrong, this could snap, I think just like this, the other one, but this feels so much sturdier and a bit of a better product than the first one that we bought that snapped in two and didn't take much effort, as you could tell in the video. All right, now that we got all the tape off, this looks good. Let's see if I can angle this. Now it doesn't really tell you which way is up, which way. Nope, that's obviously wrong. That makes sense. All right, so let's see if I can measure this again. Measure this again. And I think, all right, and put as much pressure on that as possible for 30 seconds. As you know, everything that I've ever seen, the wall sticks and hooks that you put on the wall, they all say to push for a good 30 seconds. So I'm just gonna talk to you all for this side. Make sure I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. I'll tell you, this thing looks a hell of a lot better already because there's no dent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, good. Let's grab the middle. Actually, clean up some of this stuff out of the way. Grab the middle, push real nicely into it. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's make sure we got this side. Let's see. It is pretty well stuck on there, I have to say. Let's take a look. I think it looks pretty nice. Let's get a side angle, because that's, it's not that big of a difference in comparison to what it was. It just gives a little bit more of an aggressive feel. I'm not much into quote unquote souping up my cars or giving them these little nice extra touches. But I'll tell you what, I don't mind this at all. It's not as crazy. And besides this one little mark that I'm gonna have to get some touch-up paint for, you no longer see the damage that was created by somebody else renting it on Turo. And yeah, obviously Turo is one of those things that you risk doing this, but they have insurance. And that works out for us because you get the money for that. A lot of these companies now, I remember when I had a scratch on my door, they gave me like the price, or they could pay for the full amount to get it actually cleaned and fixed. And frankly, I didn't care. The scratch wasn't that bad. Same thing with this. I can spend 80 bucks, or I can go through all the time and effort that's gonna take to get the car completely replace this part, because that's all they're gonna do. They can't do anything to fix that area at all, except for like pop it out and do a whole bunch of other stuff. That's just not worth it. So it's too much time, too much effort. I think this is a way better idea. It looks nice. It's not too crazy in my eyes. Like, some of them are just ridiculous, and I'm not a 20-year-old kid. But this little extra aggressive look, I enjoy it right now. I don't know about you. Tell me in the comments what you think. And if you would rather do this than get the actual car fixed for $80 versus all the time and headache it would take to go to the shop, especially since my closest Tesla place that I have is an hour and a half away for their service center, and that's what it would take to get this done. So the problem I'm gonna have is now going through a car wash, because they do not recommend that you go through a car wash with one of these, but I think it will work out. I don't know, it is on there pretty tight. It's not moving, it's not wiggling, it's not anything. Maybe it's all that pressure I put on it and made sure the stick of the glue actually stuck, because you have to hold it there for 30 seconds, and I did it on every location I could. So with that, too much talking. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe and all that jazz if you care to do so for the next one.